What if you could use your guitar like a MIDI controller, but not the way you might be thinking? I'm gonna use my guitar back there in A Studio to turn my lines into different instruments. Let's get to it. I've got a couple of cool ideas, very simple chord progressions, and the lines that I'm writing are very typical horn stuff that I would write for horn players. And I'm testing this feature in A Studio called Voice Changer. Let me show you. Voice Changer, there it is. And you have to have context, you have to have ideas here in order for this to work. And last week, when I was messing around with this, I actually learned that you can use another instrument, but you might have to play it a little bit differently because depending on how you're playing it, it just comes out differently. I honestly really liked kind of exploring what I can do with this. I really felt like I'm kind of playing a MIDI controller, but using my guitar without the MIDI aspect, and that's what kind of was interesting about this. So how do you record audio into A Studio? Super simple. You click one of these elements here, you press R on your keyboard, or you come here up here and press the record symbol, and you get these three things. What would you like to record? Nothing. Great. MIDI, you can play MIDI into it, or audio. So in this case, I am actually gonna select audio. Okay, it automatically starts recording, so be aware of that. And this is what this looks like whenever you expand it. So that's your mixer area. You press M, by the way, and you can also see other elements here. Chord track, video track, markers. So you can do quite a lot of things over here. Martin SC18E. Wonderful instrument. Now let's play. Now here are the chords for this very simple section. G minor 7, A minor 7. And I'm going to do finger style. And then I'm going to take that and write some horns over it. Or at least it's going to start out as guitars that we're going to turn into horns. So let's do this. Here's the first line. It's just going to be a simple bass. Okay, here's the second line. And again, all I'm doing is just highlighting where I'm recording. Okay, here's the next harmony, and I'm gonna go to the 9 of the chord. Here's flat 7. Okay, here comes the next harmony. So we have root, we have fifth, we have 9, and then we have flat 7, and then we're gonna go to the minor third, and it's gonna sound a little funky because of the minor second there, but it's gonna be cleaned up, I promise. Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna double the flat 7 here up an octave, and that makes sure that we don't have a minor second on the top of the chords. All right, now let's turn these into horns. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to put this guitar down. Let's start with the top of the note. This I want to be a high trumpet. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click, go to AI tools, and voice changer. Voice changer is what we're going to be using, and you can turn these into voices or instruments or your own clone. But let's select trumpet, which you can find in the instruments here. Here are all these different instruments. So we're going to highlight trumpet. And then now this instrument is going to be trumpet, which we're going to listen to. It's converting my audio into a trumpet sound. So let's solo it. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let's hear it. Let's hear the guitar. Okay, wonderful. That's really interesting. It has kind of like the dynamics that I played on the guitar. Now let's turn the other voice that is below it. So let's highlight record 12, right click AI tools and voice changer. And I'm gonna want another trumpet. This is pretty interesting, honestly. This really excites me because I could just play horn lines, play my writing, and have it redone by Ace, and it's going to be like what I played or what I wrote. Now let's play the result of this. Now this might sound better as a flugelhorn, but this is not bad. So I think the one below it, I might use a different instrument. Now let's highlight record 11, right click AI tools, voice changer, and then trumpet. Actually, let's do saxophone. Let's do saxophone in this time. Oh, so you can actually highlight multiple instruments. That's neat. You can highlight multiple instruments and it will change it for you. That's kind of cool. That is a way easier workflow than I thought. Okay, so let's hear the guitar. Okay, now let's go and check out the trumpet. Okay, now let's check out the tenor sax. The tenor sax is not bad, honestly. Okay, let's mute this and let's move on to the next instrument. Okay, so highlighting record 10, and actually I'm gonna turn this into a saxophone. So let's convert it. That is neat. Now let's convert record 9 into trombone. Okay, that is the only part that is a little iffy, but honestly, it's not bad. Now, let's hear the entire horn section that I created with the guitar using a studio. So I'm very curious. Let's do it. Okay, now let's hear just the horns. Now let's add some effects to this because it's a little too dry. I'm gonna add reverb. Now let's see what Music Enhancer will do with this song. Let's click Music Enhancer. Oh, that is cool. Yep, gonna have to drop it in, y'all. Gonna have to work on this. Ooh, that is cool, y'all. I gotta have to record a melody over this. And what I like about this is it has my musical ideas there, which I think is essential when you're using a tool like this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoo! That is neat. All right, now let's turn this guitar line into a different instrument. Right-click that, AI Tools, Voice Changer, and let's go to Saxophone. And now this is going to be a saxophone sound. Now let's turn that guitar line into a different instrument again. Let's turn it into a violin. And then I'm going to do an octave below and turn it into a trombone. Woo! That is mental. Let's hear these two instruments. Interesting. Okay, let's turn this into a trombone. But now we need it to be an octave low, an octave below. Apply. That is interesting, y'all. Okay, let's hear just the trombone. That is neat, y'all. That is neat. Let's add some reverb to it. And again, I'm just using a studio here. I have not touched a single other place. That is neat. Let's add more reverb. I mean, reverb to another instrument. Ooh, dang! Oh, y'all, this is something. Let's hear the whole thing. Okay, so right after I did all of that cool recording, arranging, and ideation, I just had to come up with a hook. And I had this idea, forgotten moments, we were lost in those, and things like that. Kind of like looking back, kind of like a very conversational, easy lyrics. Like Charlie Puth says, the best lyrics is lyrics that you would say on a regular basis or people would say conversationally. So that's kind of like the approach I took. And I had like a call and response type of idea here. And you will see I will play you my demo voice, and it's absolutely horrendous. I have to get back to recording vocals, practicing vocals, video for another day by any chance, video for another day that I'm working on, which is practicing vocals for a whole month. So, like, share, subscribe, and hopefully you will see that video in the future. But let me show you the idea of this, and then I'll show you how I am bringing this forward. Forgotten moments, we were lost in those. Forgotten moments, we were lost in those. Forgotten moments, we were lost in those. Forgotten moments. See, I have the forgotten moments. I have that an octave low, and then I have an octave high. Forgotten moments. And then I have a belted part, which I am not gonna attempt to do right now. I have to again get back to practicing vocals, practicing all the different sounds and techniques to nail this. But what did I do with this? So I went ahead with using Music Enhancer, and again, that's solely to ideate, solely to hear what it would sound like if I actually had sung the right melodies. So I got these, and this is one of my favorite. Let's hear it. This has all of my ideas in there. Yeah. Forgotten moments. We were lost in those forgotten moments. We were lost in those forgotten moments. Oh, we were lost in those forgotten moments. We were lost in the forgotten moments. We were lost in those forgotten moments. We were lost in those forgotten moments. We were lost in those forgotten moments. Ooh, we were lost in the absolutely cool. Again, so I would use this to take this to the next step. This is not the final step. This is just a step to the final step, which is to produce, record, vocal arrange, and then re-record. I want to play the slap bass. I do play slap bass, the keys, vocals, guitar. So I'm going to be working on the arrangement, then re-recording, and then mix it and master it, and hopefully you guys will hear it in this channel. So again, if you like what you're hearing, what you're seeing, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.